film as a whole. This film is called Dani. It's almost like a survival horror movie about an infection that spread over, let's say, London, and it's pretty much affected the whole of London, turning everyone into, let's say, zombies, but they're not exactly zombies. It pretty much takes over the world and kills millions. So some people can take the virus and some people can die from it. So it's like a 50-50% chance.
Well, the breakdown of it is, of the opening sequence is that the road by Gilson, we'll see the main character running past that road, round by Orchard, under the arc.
By the DT department.
Yeah, by the DT department. Through the science block, and obviously you'll see them back to room next door from here in the media block.
We're using a POV shot, so it looks like something's actually chasing the main character. That'll give the influence of the actual speed the characters are going in and the actual motion of movement.
At the beginning you'll just see the main character running with blurred out people behind him trying to chase him.
After the POV shot, we see the character going into the room next door. And there you can see a few shots, but with the effect of the lighting we can see how actually 3 years later this outbreak has actually affected the world. So electricity is very valuable and everything is very scarce. After that we hear banging on the doors and probably a cloth-soaked window appears. And with that the character pulls out a gun, aims at the door breaks open, that's into the shot. And we can see the title of the sequence level down. And then we can hear 2 gunshots being fired. And that's the end of the sequence.
The Sultan atmosphere, aiming by a horror thriller-based film, which the storyline being one that matches those 2 genres, and then
what makes this a horror is the fact that something which you can't see and don't know what it is scares people. So by using the POV shots, we can actually see the point of view of the creature or the zombie or the person, but we don't know what it is. And if you can't analyze that, it scares people. And we do have some mild violence in this movie. And the character will be holding a gun, so I'm pretty sure violence. We're also aiming to get the darker tones, so we're hoping to get a rainy day, so we can actually film in rain, showing how the apocalypse is actually happening in this type of movie.
Target audience would be, fans of horror thriller and 15 and over, and it's mainly aimed at males because of violent nature, the horror and the slight goring blood and things, which most girls typically don't want to see much of.
The sequence will start by the girls' house Gilson, and will be taken throughout most of the school, going past Orchard and the teen department, going past the math block and science block, ending up in the English block, and ending up in Mr. Alcott's class.
Influences consist of the Dead Space games and the Resident Evil games and film.
A few video games have actually influenced us to actually use horror in such a certain way, which creates the scene, really.
And films that we've got influence from are such things as I Am Legend.
Well, it's pretty similar to I Am Legend, but in a different context altogether. Any questions?
You said the location is various parts. Are we meant to understand that the action takes place in a school, or are we meant to be a location that's kind of indeterminate?
What we're aiming for is to actually just shoot the audience into this one scene. They don't know where it is, they don't know what it is, they don't know what's going on. To just see this character running and then being chased by something creates that suspense and thrill.
Okay. Have you made a decision on what the monster's actually going to be yet?
Yes, we have, but we can't really read it because that very much will ruin the storyline.
What was I going to say? What sort of shots are you going to use to allow the audience to, this sense of mystery and enigma?
We'll be using a few close-ups, some long shots and medium shots, maybe even a few bird's-eye shots to actually establish more of the scene of where the character's going.
You say it's a thriller, but you've talked a lot about the horror side of the film. How are you trying to incorporate that for that?
Well, we have a lot of silence involved within one of the scenes where we can only see the character and the horror that he's going through. But then the silence is what actually creates the thrill and suspense, because you don't know what's going to happen next or when it's going to happen. And the fact that we have the lighting, really dim lighting, also creates the atmosphere for a thriller.